Assalamualaikum and good greetings. So today we'll be watching a video titled Christian Reacts to Palindrome Miracle. This is by Bobby's perspective, and from the title I believe this would be about the palindrome verses in the Quran and how it is a miracle. And I'm interested to see the explanation as well as the reaction, of course. Without further ado, let's watch.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Bobby. Guys, after the last reaction video to Numan Ali Khan, I was very impressed and therefore I want to react to another one of his videos. Today
So I'm interested to know what is the previous video of Numan Ali Khan that he watched.
Palindrome Miracle in the Quran. The video is only 3 minutes long, so this will be a short one. Moreover, I don't even know what a palindrome is. So with no further ado, let's have a look.
Interesting. Of course, the first time I heard about palindrome is also when the topic is discussed about this one, right? It's basically something that is spelled the exact same, both way, right? I think the example is like Bob, meaning B-O-B, both way is B-O-B, right? Or race car, right? R-A-C-E-C-A-R. So if you spell it backwards, also R-A-C-E-C-A-R, right? So, but to have a full sentence, spelled exactly both way is very difficult to do, right? Because race car is just an object. Even that is interesting, right? A palindrome. Bob is just 3-letter word, but can you make it in one sentence that spell exactly the same way? That's hard to do.
Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says in Surah Al-Muddathir, وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ وَرَبَّكَ.
Okay, so we cannot see the full verse here. I have heard about وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ, رَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. So if you can see here, رَبَّكَ فَكَبَّرْ, right? So from here also رَبَّكَ فَكَبَّرْ. So hence is spelled the same both direction.
فَكَبِّرْ. The waw in the beginning is like the English capital letter. Like when you start a new sentence, you begin with capital letter. In Arabic, waw can be used for many things, over 21 things. One of them is al-istinaf, to start a new sentence. So you could think of the waw in the beginning as a new sentence. The rest of the ayah says رَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. Now listen to this carefully. What's the first letter you hear when I say رَبَّكَ? What's the first letter of the Arabic alphabet that you hear? Everybody heard the ra? Rabbaka?
Yeah.
Now listen for the last letter. Rabbaka fakabbir. What's the last letter you heard? Okay. Now listen carefully for the second letter. Rabbaka. What's the second letter? Rabbaka. Ba. Listen for the second last letter. Rabbaka fakabbir. What's the second last letter? Ba. Rabbaka. What's the third letter? Kaf. Rabbaka fakabbir. What's the third last letter? You notice something? It's spelled backwards and forwards the same way. It's spelled backwards and forwards the same way. In English literature, we call this a palindrome. Something that spells backwards and forwards.
Makes sense.
The same way, like Bob or race car. Race car is an interesting palindrome in English. Allah Azza wa Jal gave our messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam words that he didn't write down. وَمَا تَخُطُّهُ بِيَمِينِكَ. Allah tells him, you didn't write anything down with your hand. You don't know how to write. So this is entirely an oral exercise for the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And once he says something, he doesn't edit it. He doesn't correct it. That's it. Allah revealed it and that's it. There's no, I didn't mean to say that, let me change the way I said it, etc., etc.
Right.
Right? It's exactly the way Allah instructed him to recite. The challenge for mankind is, you see, the ayah, the simple translation of the ayah would be, declare the greatness only of your Lord. That would be a simple translation of وَرَبَّكَ فَكَبِّرْ. Try to say, declare the greatness only of your Lord in English, or French, or German, or Japanese, or Chinese, or Italian, or Russian, or Urdu, or Farsi. You pick the language. Say it so that it spells backwards and forwards the same way, and say it so you only have one attempt orally. No writing down, no looking up in dictionaries. How possible is that?
Pretty impossible.
SubhanAllah. I can translate the ayah, but could I translate the miracle in English? If I tell you, declare the greatness only of your Lord, you get some of the message, but do you get the miracle? You don't get the miracle. The miracle of Quran is in the Arabic language. And this is just one small example. The Quran, every ayah has its own miracle.
Alright guys, and this is already it for today's very short video. The takeaway message here for me personally is, yet again, I will have to learn Arabic to truly continue my deep dive into Islam.
Yeah, there's two big reason why Muslims should learn Arabic, right? One is the application aspect. We the Salah, we recite everything in Arabic, so it's best to have the appreciation and the feeling if you understand what you are reciting. That's number one. Number two, the meaning of the Quran, right? So some things are lost in translation. Actually, that's number three. Number three is the appreciation of the miracle, where you can translate the meaning of the Quran. You can still get, the essence of what the Quran want to tell us, how we are guided in a certain direction and a certain way. That can be obtained by translation, but the miraculous nature why the Arabic in the first generation, when they heard it, they straight away say that this cannot be from human being. Translation cannot give you that. Yeah, that's basically the point.
Islam, I will have to learn Arabic at some point in order to really understand the Quran, to really understand the miracles, and to truly appreciate the Quran, as I said previously. Without it, I really feel lost. Even listening to certain scholars, I don't understand every single word they say. They use so many Arabic words, and I always have to ask, have to look it up. In order to truly understand Islam, I don't think we can get around learning Arabic. That being said, this of course a factor why so many Westerners do not want to look into Islam, because they see it as an Arabic religion from Arabia for the Arabs. Many German, French people, English people, they can't fathom learning Arabic in order to understand a religion. They would never do that, and this is why Islam is so foreign to the West. It is not the monotheism, guys. I really have to say this here. It's not the monotheism. It is not the theology itself. It is the interface of the theology. It is the Arabic appearance of the theology. This is what is so shocking and so alien to the Western mind. Anyways, let me know in the comment section what...
So, from that perspective, do you agree? Is it, for example, the appeal of Christianity, because the Bible is translated into English and it's considered as the Bible, not the translation of the Bible, because the Quran is translated to many different languages, Malay, English, etc. But that is considered as translation, not the Quran itself. You cannot read that in Salah, right? In Salah, you cannot read the translation. You have to read the original Quran, the actual Quran, which is in Arabic. So, is that the appeal of, for example, the Bible? It is the Bible, meaning no one says this is translation of the Bible, where if you really want to go have a deep dive, you have to go to the original language. Well, I think some people say that, right? That's why some people actually learn Hebrew, learn Greek, learn... I'm not sure whether people learn Aramaic, etc. But meaning reading the translation in itself is considered as reading the Bible, right? From what I understand. So is that the appeal? Because I assume those from Latin America will read in their language, which is considered the Bible as well. The Arabic will read it in Arabic, of course, and we have shown in one of my previous videos the Bible in Arabic, and the word Allah is mentioned in there, for example, right? So, yeah.
You think about this? How is Islam appearing to you? What country are you from? What is your perception of the Arabic component, which is the biggest component of the Quran? What are your views on the West and Islam? Please let me know in the comment section. I would love to discuss it with you. Alright guys, but this is it for today's video.
Alright, so that's the Palindrome Miracle. Have you heard of this miracle before, Palindrome Miracle? Or if this is the first time, what do you think about it? Is it seems to be miraculous, or do you think that no, anyone can produce this? I can produce this in English, and if you can, please, showcase your talent. I really want to see this kind of so-called miracle replicated in any other languages. Thank you for watching. See you next time.